So she wanted a full refund 8 months after purchasing the car. I mean, what are we even on about? Hello there everyone and welcome back to another video. For those who don't know, my name's Lewis. I own a car sales business in the area of Chesterfield. I sell vehicles usually between £2,000 and £5,000 and I'm simply showing you guys my journey of owning a car sales business in the UK in the current climate. So today is Monday, the old mighty Monday, and you always know as a car dealer there's things that you're going to be waking up to on a Monday morning, that is for sure. So the phone has rang a couple of times. Nothing too drastic, although there is one big thing going on at the moment with a customer. But we've got a couple of bits of warranty, which I will show you what we've got going on. One has came back twice now, which is a little bit frustrating. But after scanning the car, it looks like it's something else wrong, which is just pure pot luck. But I'll show you that later on in the video. We're going to be getting a couple of cars ready for handovers today, which I'll show you in a second. So we've got the 2012 Ford Fiesta, the white one. That's going out later today. We've got the Nissan Note automatic and also the white Audi A3. Yes, the one that's been an absolute nightmare. So I'll spin the camera. Let's go onto the pitch and I'll show you exactly what's going on. So it is another beautiful day. Summer is definitely coming back. So that is one positive. Now, we've been getting a bit of control of the pitch, obviously the last few videos. I know they've been a little bit negative, which I do apologise for. But again, I'm just showing you honestly, guys, my journey. But we've been getting a bit of hold on the pitch, lowering the stock levels, which has relieved a hell of a lot of stress. And also, we're starting to sell cars. So I'll show you what we've sold over the past couple of days. We've done a couple of trade deals as well, which I'll go through in the next few seconds. But let's show you the first one. First one of the day, Vauxhall Astra. I've explained it past couple of videos. We had a lot going on with this car in terms of inquiries, and why wouldn't you? It's a car priced at $2,995. It's a 65 plate. I think it's got 90k on the clock, and we've spent about £600 prepping it. So we've got a young lad who's from the area of London, so about 3 hours away from us. But he sent his mum and dad down to come and have a look at it. Really nice people. They had a test drive and love it. Obviously, we've done front tyres for those who've seen in the previous video. So it's had 2 brand new tyres on the front, and I do understand their feedback. What they're saying that is that on the rear there's a bit of cracking, as you can see there. So I've agreed that we'll get 2 rear tyres done for them as well, and then that is a deal over the line, which is about time as well, because 6 months is a hell of a long time to hold on to a car, and I'm so upside down with that car it's not even worth talking about anymore. But that's one sold, and it will be going out in the next 3 weeks, because that's when he's got plans for arrangements to be able to come down. And yeah, so I'm definitely feeling positive, that is for sure. I'm feeling a lot more clear-headed about what I'm doing. And let me just show you exactly why I am feeling a bit more clear-headed. So, look how much cleaner that looks. Now, I had this pitch rammed, which I know if you're getting value for money, yes, fill it all the way up to the point where you've got no space, but it becomes so overwhelming, I can't begin to explain, and you just can't think straight about what work that you've got to do. So now we've got space to go through everywhere, look at each car, and go, yeah, that one needs that one needs that, and all the rest of it. So I'm feeling positive. Now, one of the cars that we've traded out is this Ford Mondeo. So for those who've seen it in the previous video, it's been MOT'd and everything, but it has a little bit of an issue with power steering. When you scan it, it says power steering module. So a very good mate of mine is having this. He actually used to be my general manager. Owns a company called RHT Motors in Worksop. So if you do see this one up for sale, it's a good car, guys, and give him a bit of support if you're looking for a car in that area. He's had it for an absolute bargain, that. Loses me about 1,500 quid. So if you see this, Matt, F you, mate. This one's going out today. This one, we had the rear bumper painted, which I think I showed you guys. So there was a little scuff there. We've just had it MOT'd. It did fail its MOT. It needed 2 drop links on the front, but we already knew about that. I test drove it the day after she purchased the car just to get a bit of a feel of how it drives, and that does need doing. So that's been done. It's had a service, obviously, and that's going out later on this afternoon about 3 o'clock. My delivery driver is picking that one up and dropping it off to her. And for those who have seen again in a previous video, There used to be a blue Land Rover parked in that space. That has gone this morning to another trader. Again, a really good friend of mine, owns a company local to us. It's his sort of bread and butter, so he's decided to have that car. Again, it does lose me a little bit of money if I'm honest, but I'm more bothered about decongesting the site at the moment and just getting a bit of a clearer headspace. So yeah, so that one's gone and that is another one down, so very happy with that. Volvo S60. This is one that I am trying to get sorted out. So, story with this car, I bought it from a trader. Unfortunately, straight after doing another test drive in it, engine light came on straight away for EGR, an oil problem and a couple other bits. So we're just trying to trade out of that as well. Unfortunately, this is one of the warranty cars that we've got. Really nice bloke who's purchased this. I've got a lot of time for him. He's from Sheffield area, I think it is, about half an hour from us. It came in originally with an issue with DPF, I think it was. So we've had that sorted out. But now it's coming up with another issue for turbo, basically overboosting. So I'm not sure if it's the turbo itself which is knackered or if it's the sensor. So we're going to have another look at that. We did check the turbo last time for any play and there isn't, so fingers crossed it's not, because if it is, that's going to be a very expensive repair. Sorry about the pause there, guys. Just had a customer coming to look at the Peugeot Partner, so fingers crossed that goes through. But this little Fiesta, this is another one that's going out today, and we do need to do a little job on this. Now, the indicator bulb has blown. You can see there quite obviously it's very, very dark and black, so it has defo gone. So we're gonna get the headlight off, well, rear tail light, sorry. I'll show you how to do that, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I believe to start with, this carpet should just come out like so, and then just up in that panel up there, there's a little screw tab which I'll show you when it comes out in a second. That's what's holding the actual headlight in, and then you've got these two torque screws here that we'll get off after. Yeah. So that is the little tab that screws on, so it's just on a thread. So that one's out. And I've been waiting all night for you. So that's them screws now out, and that should just pull out just like that. And then unclip that, and that is one rear tail light out. So the bulb that we're changing is that one just there. So that's the indicator bulb, that's the one that's blown. So how do we get it out? Right, so it's just on a little clip there and there. So you push them in and then it will release the back. Okay, so that's the bulb that's coming out. So I think you just push them in, take out just like that. And then a new bulb. And that's all fit. So we'll get that clip back in, then we'll plug in the wire, make sure it's working, and then we'll put it all back together. And as we can see, that is now working. So we'll put it all back together, basically just back to front, and yeah, then that's the job complete. We've been waiting for so long, we've been waiting for this time to begin. We ain't getting any older, I kind of feel a little younger. Well, we've had a right day. 4 cars sold. So that's including the trade car, but still a sold vehicle. And I'll show you what we have sold. So we have sold the Kia Soul. So we've had a couple just come down about half an hour ago. They need a vehicle that can tow. This one's got a tow bar on it. They had a part exchange though, which were a little bit whiffy. A Peugeot 3008 with ABS light on and all sorts, parking brake fault. So need to factor in getting that one sorted. Give them £300 for their car and knocked them £250 off our car. So that left them a cost change of £2,700 in the end. And they was more than happy to go ahead. So that is another one sold, and I am absolutely buzzing. And then it gets better. Now this one has gone to one of my mechanics that I use, a bloke called James, good bloke. He needs it for his godfather, I think it is, for a wheelchair access. So I've let him have it at obviously a discounted price, but makes me a little drink. We've had a bit of a deal where he's going to help me out with a bit of labour on a couple of jobs, and that's another one sold. So all good for Monday.
1 hour later.
So today is now the bank holiday weekend, so we are on Friday. So my apologies, I didn't manage to get a video finished for Wednesday. But carrying on from where I was at, we have had an absolute nightmare with a customer. So here's the background. I won't mention what car it was. I'm obviously not going to mention the customer either. But an individual purchased a vehicle from us around 7 or 8 months ago. Now, when they purchased the vehicle, they was an absolute nightmare. It was really, how can I say this? Just horrific people in the politest way. So they came back to us about 5 months later saying that there was a leak coming from the vehicle. So we had a look at it and we could see that the coolant was down, but we couldn't see any obvious leaks. We then had a look at the vehicle about 2 weeks later, and we established that the water pump had basically failed. There was a lot of play in it internally, which was causing water to leak out of it. Now, this customer decided to keep driving this vehicle, and in turn with that, it fried the head gasket. The vehicle overheated and the engine went kabutt. So the customer's well out of the warranty period at this point. A water pump is a wear and tear item anyway, but because of how much of a nightmare they was, we decided to replace this water pump. Now, when we went to go and have a look at this water pump to see if we could replace it, we'd established that when the vehicle had overheated, it had absolutely fried the engine. So to save any arguing, I decided to put a new engine in this vehicle for her for a £700 cost to myself. They purchased this vehicle for sub £3,000. You name other dealers that are doing that 5 months after you purchase the vehicle. Whilst we was at it as well, we also replaced the clutch for this individual. Anyway, fast forward 7 or 8 months, this customer now wants a full refund for the car. So they want the full money back. And if not, then they are threatening to take me to court. Now you tell me guys, have I done my duty as a car dealer? I think I've gone more than above my duties. Put an engine in the vehicle and a clutch in a £3,000 vehicle months after they've purchased it. So let me know what you guys think to it. But again, just another pressure, but we'll deal with it, not a problem. I'm going to show you the pitch because I've been doing lots of work with that, which is why I've not managed to get the video out on Wednesday. But I promise you, there will be a video landing, which you'll see today, which is Saturday. We look like we're bloody closing down. That will just feed into what people are saying about us in the local area, which is fantastic. But anyway, obviously with us closing Spire down, I was really wanting to see where it was at in terms of are we getting stock down or not. And I've pushed everything forward. So I've filled out the front rows. And that lets me see that we've basically got rid of one whole clear row here, which I'm very happy about. So probably another 4 weeks of running Spire, and that'll be completely closed and gone for good. Unfortunate, but it's something that's that we needed to do. Got a few vehicles to show you over here on the back wall which are sold, waiting to go out. So first one, we've got this Ford Fiesta 1.25. You've seen it in the last video. It's gone through its prep. We've established that the boot switch has failed. Not sure how it's happened. I know these do get a bit of water inside of the switch, so we need to get that sorted anyway, which we will. We've got one ordered from eBay. That'll be arriving in the next couple of days. And then it needs a fresh MOT as well. Now the customer wanted a full set of tyres on. He's quite an old bloke, I'll be honest. And he didn't quite understand about tyres. So because he was worried he wanted a full set of tyres on, and he was more than happy to pay. But after me explaining to him, all these tyres have got 4 to 5 mil of tread on, which is way over the legal limit, you'd be wasting your money. And he was really appreciative over that, because he says he's bought vehicles in the past, and people have had him for it where they just take all this money to have unnecessary things done on the vehicle. We like to be a bit more honest and say, look, if it needs doing or if it doesn't, and we'll be honest with you about that. And then we've got this brown Astra. Again, this was in the last video. We've agreed the deal. Customer has paid in full, and he's coming from London next Friday. He's really excited. It's his first car with his missus, and it's a good value for money vehicle. He's only paid £3,000 for it. It's a 65 plate. It's had time belt water pump, new clutch. It's also had new thermostat, new valve cover gasket. So a great value for money vehicle. And that one is going out next Friday. So fingers crossed that all goes well. Ford Fiesta, been trying to get hold at customer with this one. Unfortunately not answering at the minute, but this one is now back and ready to go. So it's had a full 12 months MOT on it, fresh service, and that one is ready for the customer. He's a busy bloke, he owns a business himself. I think he runs a garden centre or something like that. So no doubt he'll give me a call. Hopefully we'll get that out by tomorrow, because I'm having a little break over this bank holiday weekend, so fingers crossed I come in nice and early, get that one boxed off, and then spend a bit of time with my family, hopefully. This one's just turned up into stock 2 days ago. We completely forgot that we bought this car. We bought it off for a bit of a whim, if I'm honest. It has got the engine light on, but we know these vehicles, we know what goes wrong with them. It'll either be water pump related, thermostat, or the chain itself. It's got the 1.4 petrol in it. But there's a good margin across it. I think we've got a £2,000 margin to be able to get that work done. All that's needed from our side needs a bit of paint on the front bumper, which you can see just there, and there's a bit more just over there as well. It's missing a mirror cap, which isn't a problem. We'll get one of them from good old eBay, get it painted, and like I say, then we'll get it through its prep. It's 2018, and I think we walked out the door at about £3,000, so not too bad, I don't think. You missed some footage yesterday. Unfortunately I didn't get it, and that's why this video didn't go live, but I've washed every single car on this pitch, which took me ages, and in the sun it weren't very nice. Obviously cars dry fast and stuff, but they all needed it. And I always believe in a bit of good luck when you keep yourself busy, because we've had an inquiry come on this 68 plate Vauxhall Astra estate. It's got a part exchange, which is a Nissan Note, so we're just going back and forth at the minute, trying to get him to come down and have a look at that. And then we've also had an inquiry on this Vauxhall Safaria, and there's a customer who's wanting to come down at 2 o'clock today, so fingers crossed to turn up, and hopefully that gets us another deal, because things have slowed down slightly. I will be honest, we have slowed down. We finished the month of April on 20 cars sold, and I know a lot of car dealers will be happy with that, but I'm not. I've been at the dizzy heights of selling 40-50 cars, so we need to get back to that pretty soon, which we will. I'll get it all sorted, get the stock a bit better quality, a little bit newer, less problems, and then we'll go from there. So with all that being shown, that is another video done for this week. But before we go, we're just going to have a wrap up for the month of April. How have we done? So as I've just mentioned, we sold 20 cars in the month of April. Now looking online, looking at other car dealers, the month of April this year has been a big struggle. There's a lot of things going on in the motor trade. There's also a lot of things going on in the outside as well. All the war and stuff. I don't like blabbering on about it too much, but that is the reality, and it is having an effect on small businesses like myself. So we have managed to get through April. It's not the best of months. In fact, it's one of the worst months I've had in the past 7 or 8 months, I believe. We've just been coming off a month of selling 140 plus cars in 3 months. So it's quite a big difference. And when the bills don't stop, the bills don't decrease, but your profit's decreasing, you got a little bit of a problem. But I've had some really good learning lessons in the month of April. It's let me recap a bit about my business. It's let me recap about what we need to be doing going forward in terms of tradespeople that we're using, getting our prep standards better. When cars come in, get them straight for an MOT, get whatever's done needed to them, then advertise them. That is definitely a big lesson that I've learned in the month of April. But it can't always be perfect, and I'm more than happy to show people the reality of running a business. You take the half ball for a couple of weeks and it can have an effect, and that is what has happened with myself. But we will get back on it. Anyway, less me blabbering. That is a quick video for this week. I'll see you for next week. I'm having a quick break over the weekend, and then we will be back nice and fresh. So I hope you guys have got plans with your family this weekend. I hope you all have a good time, and I'll see you for the next one, guys. Take care.